Before we get into the video, I would like to shout out my partnership, Buy Games Cheaper with Instant Gaming. The links will be provided down below in the description. I have been playing Ready or Not ever since it released into early beta back in December of 2021, and I absolutely consider this to be my favorite game of all time. Ready or Not does a great job at portraying a realistic atmosphere through its environmental storytelling, incredible graphics, and super immersive gunplay mechanics. However, once you have had your fix of the vanilla game and you've completed all of the levels and maybe even finished the achievements, you definitely want something more. And that is why I am so glad that the developers have decided to implement modding compatibility into the game. Modifications have carried Ready or Not for quite some time. They've absolutely bridged the gap between updates, and I can't be more appreciative to the many mod developers out there. Thank you guys so much for what you do for the game. We're going to be showcasing the most realistic and immersive mods that are now compatible with the new Ready or Not Dark Waters DLC. There are also many new mods that have been created since the last video, and we're going to be checking those out as well. We're going to start things off with the Gunfighter mod. Gunfighter overhauls many areas of Ready or Not, including recoil control, the max number of equipment slots, firearm field of view, additional grenades and unlocked firearms, improved night vision goggles, and movement speed. I'd highly recommend Gunfighter for anyone who wants their game to feel more realistic regardless of gameplay balancing. Another great thing about Gunfighter is that the mod author offers optional files so you can choose only the features that you prefer. The major downside with Gunfighter is that it does break gameplay balancing quite a bit. Some players aren't a fan of Gunfighter primarily due to the fact that the game does get a bit easier with all of these changes. However, I am very indifferent with this opinion, mostly due to the fact that balancing doesn't really fit inside of a realistic style of game, and although Ready or Not aims to be a more realism style of shooter, there are a lot of balancing aspects that I'm not entirely a fan of, and that's why I prefer Gunfighter, because it's great for those who want Ready or Not to feel more realism based. Now, I have showed off the many features of Gunfighter in detail previously in other videos. I'll put a link to my Gunfighter showcase video down below in the description if you guys want to check that out. Next, we've got Attachment Expansion, and this modification gives you the ability to utilize numerous new firearm attachments for modded guns. The gun that I chose to showcase here is the DD-M4 Black. This mod is great for gun nerds who love the idea of rocking actual name brand attachments. The quality of the models of these attachments are phenomenal as well. Moving on, we're going to take a look at how we can overhaul our firearm arsenal as a whole. Now, personally, I am very picky about what types of firearms I use, primarily because I like to keep things realistic to what SWAT teams would prefer to use in real life, particularly LAPD SWAT, because that is what LSPD is based off of. There are plenty of great rifle mods out there, but I have been running this HK416 mod for quite some time now. This is the HK416D, and it's my absolute favorite one. One of the reasons why I choose this mod was because it has both a laser device as well as a flashlight. Now, keep in mind, this is cosmetic only, but there are mods out there that will allow you to use both, and we'll get into that here in a minute. Now, if you're not a huge fan of tan weapons, this is a great mod for you. You can overhaul your arsenal with the black weapons mod. This completely replaces all the tan weapons with black. I'd highly recommend this if you like the realistic police look of your guns. Next, we're looking at SwitchIlluminator, and this mod is an absolute godsend. This mod developer is amazing at what he's created for the community. This mod right here allows you to use both a laser device, both visible and IR, as well as a white light at the same time. Although this mod does require an extra step to get working, I would most definitely recommend this mod as it's a must-have for those who want a realistic loadout. Keep in mind that there are multiple versions of this mod, so if you plan to play with your friends, they will also need to set this up as well. We're going to be taking a look at the mod Doors Open All the Way. This mod makes it so that the door swings completely open when interacting with them. Instead of the default 90-degree swing, you'll get a much wider field of view with this mod, allowing you to almost completely pie out the threshold when doing CQB. The only drawback with this mod is that the doors do tend to clip with geometry like furniture and walls, and it can be a bit of an immersion breaker at times. I'm assuming this is one of the reasons why Void Interactive, the developers for Ready or Not, decided to make doors swing to the 90 degrees because they didn't want to give the doors collision with the environment. Why they didn't want to try this out, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not a developer, so I don't know their reasonings. The doors in Ready or Not have always been a bit weird as well, especially considering they swing both ways, which isn't realistic at all. I don't think I've ever seen a door swing both ways. I don't even know if that's possible. Either way, I for sure recommend this mod for CQB enthusiasts. Huge shout out to CQ Ghost for creating this. Next, we've got the Tactical Longhider mod. This is a super simple modification that makes the tactical mirror gun completely invisible, allowing you to essentially have 0 items visible on your back. I love this mod for the sake of realism, as not every operator on your team is going to be carrying a battering ram or a breaching shotgun. This is also a great mod for taking screenshots as well, and I know with my Ron group in particular, we don't use mirror guns at all because we like the challenge of the unknown. Next, we're looking at Immersion Improved, which is a full Ready or Not rework. This mod got added fairly recently and is one of the coolest Ready or Not AI overhaul mods I have seen yet. This mod aims to make Ready or Not more realistic by adding various suspect, civilian, and SWAT behaviors and loadouts. All of the suspect AI in this mod is tuned according to the game's lore, meaning not every suspect is going to be a military trained expert. For example, some suspects on the beach house mission will now be armed with full auto pistols, as they are known to provide illegal automatic weapons to gang members. This is probably one of the best Ready or Not AI mods out there right now. This right here is Visceral Blood, and we've shown this mod off before a bunch of times in previous mod showcase videos. This mod has continued to work throughout many Ready or Not updates and is still one of the most highly recommended realism mods out there. This blood mod makes bullet wounds and impacts look incredibly visceral. Definitely recommend this one if you like the look of better, more realistic blood. Now, lastly, I know quite a few of you guys are always asking about my uniform mods that you've seen time and time again throughout my videos. I am going to provide a list in the description of all the mods I use for cosmetics. These are some of the best looking uniform mods that you can find. If you're looking to revamp your game, I definitely recommend getting some cosmetic mods, and these are the ones that I use. I'll have a link for those down below. Either way, that is going to wrap up my list of best realism mods for Ready or Not. Let me know down below in the comments if you think I missed anything. I'll also provide links to all of the modifications mentioned in this video so you guys can download these for yourself. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.